Nicole here with Titan, and we're going to be working on our loose leash walking and heeling today. Loose leash walking is generally walking nicely on a leash, no pulling or anything. It's not exactly a heel though. A heel is a moving command, meaning like let's go, or come here, we're going to go on a walk. And generally when I start off teaching a dog how to heel, I want to make sure I get some kind of noise going so I can get their attention, hence the slap on the leg. Now when we slap our leg and we start moving, we're going to say heel, and Titan should be following us. And if he gets a little bit too far ahead, because he's very, very strong, I want to make sure that I don't pull back on the leash or anything like that. This is really going to increase his pulling. It's going to get that harness effect going. And he's just going to get all this power, and he's just going to go forward. So I want to avoid pulling back or doing a lot of jerky movements and things like that. I want him to focus on me and the task at hand. So if I find that, he's getting a little too far ahead, I want to avoid pulling back, I could do one of two things. I could, one, put my leg in front of Titan, and this is going to prevent him from going any further, and he's going to go back into a heel. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to tell him to do anything other than heel, but by my leg being in front of him, I'm not using any kind of force whatsoever. And if you have a very strong, very powerful dog, you don't want to use force. You want them to go back into a heel simply by either using your body, or two, you can completely turn around and go the opposite way. Now, see here. Now, as you can see on Titan, instead of his collar here, which seems to fall at the base of his neck, creating that harness-like effect even more so, I have his leash that I loop through the handle here, and it's going to sit right at the top part of his neck. And this is what a lot of show dogs use. If you notice and you watch the dog shows, the lead or the chain is always right at the very top of the neck. This gets the dog to be very confident. They're feeling tall because we're helping them by propping them up and making them stand up taller and more confidently on a walk. And also, this gives me complete control over his head. So, hence the big strong dog thing going on with, he has a lot of power. So, instead of me pulling or anything like that, by me turning around, like I said before, going into the opposite direction, I have complete control over his head, and therefore it will be easier for me to handle him and less stressful for Titan. Okay, so the moving command, heel. Now while we're starting this, I want to ask him to heel, like I said before, while I'm doing the slap on the leg, and I'm just going to start walking. And if he gets a little bit ahead of me, we'll go after, let's say after a few seconds of heeling, he should go into a loose leash walk there. But again, if he does get ahead of me, I will use those methods, the leg, going in front of him, preventing him from getting any further ahead of me. Therefore, I don't have to use any force. And also, just turning around and going in the opposite direction. There's absolutely nothing he can do but follow me at that point. And also, when we're learning to walk nicely, do it in a place that has little to no distractions. This means no sister, no people distractions, no nothing. So, go to a place that, maybe not your backyard, but let's say somewhere outside where there's not a lot of people around, not too many distractions. Just remember that when Titan is learning things, especially newer things, there's less learning that takes place if there are a lot of distractions around. So start off by having him on his lead here. He's a very well-behaved boy. He is extremely sweet, and he just waits very, very nicely at the gates to go through. So he does have a lot of self-control already at such a young age, which is pretty miraculous. But practice in a quiet location without Malie there. She is his sister, and he does look for her a lot. However, he needs to learn how to walk nicely on a leash without his sister there. So when you walk them together, he can go back to remembering, oh, this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to walk nicely, no pulling, none of this, none of that. I'm supposed to be at a heel or walking nicely on a loose leash. All right, so we're not going to wait any longer. So remember, it's going to be at the very top of the neck there. Yep, good. Good, heel. Good. Very good. All right, so heel, good. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate that leg going in front, simply right in front like this, right back into a heel. I am going to treat him for walking very nicely on that loose leash. Good. Very good. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Perfect. We want him to get into the habit of sitting every single time he comes to a stop, which he's already pretty good at. When we take him into the back, he sits very nicely. When we stop to take off the leash or anything like that. So he knows his manners. And it's just very small things that he needs to brush up on. Very, very minor things. All right, so we're going to start that heel again. And of course, when we have tighten heeling nicely, walking nicely on a leash all the time, of course, we can definitely just use his flat collar at that point in time. However, just remember that if the flat collar falls at the base of the neck, he's going to get all that power and it'll be more of an incentive for him to pull on the leash. Give me those big boo-boo eyes right now. Piece of grass stuck to his butt there. Sorry about that. Good. Good boy. Good boy. All right, so very, very good job here. And the main reason why we want him to sit when we stop is because, let's say you're out with Titan and you're at a crosswalk or something, we want him to be safe. We want him to be next to us at all times and close to us as possible, especially when we don't know all the crazy drivers that are out there and bicyclists and things like that. So by having him automatically go to a sit and making sure that that's what he does every single time he stops, we don't have him floating around, possibly in the street or on a curb. We want him stuck to our side, like glue. Alright, so let's try this again. Want him to, of course, maintain focus on us. He's doing a really great job. He's giving me a lot of eye contact right now, which is exactly what I'm asking for. I want to make sure that he looks to me before we really do anything. If he gets, let's say, a treat or something, we want him to make eye contact with us prior to him taking any food. He is on a roll right now. Yep. Okay. Good. Yep. Good boy. Good heel. Good. Good. Sit. Good. All right, he's doing his spectacular job. And when we ask him to sit, or when he's healing, when he's doing something that we want to encourage, we want to mark that behavior with a yes or a good. And he can hear his sister up there. He really wants to go see her, but he's doing a very, very good job of trying not to pull me around, going up there to go see her. He's paying attention. He's a very good boy. Yep. Good. Yes, good boy. Good. Oh, what a good boy. And of course, this is happening without distractions. If you bring him out into the world, there's dogs and people around, a lot of excitement. Chances are he's going to try to take you somewhere you may not want to go. So, by working on the healing and the loose leash walking in places that have little to no distractions, it'll be easier for him to have a better concept on exactly what he's supposed to be doing. And of course, when we take him out on a walk, usually, you know, we take our dogs out and we think that they're going to get a lot of exercise by just being on that walk. But have him exercise a little bit before you take him out. This is going to drain some of that excitement, that energy that maybe will lead him to pull or take you places you don't want to go. So, have him exercise first, and then take him out on a walk and see if that makes any difference in how he pulls on the leash, or if he does at all. Alright, well, he's missing his sister right now, and we're going to go up and see her. This has been Nicole here with Mr. Titan, who did a fabulous job with loose leash walking and heel. We'll see you later. Bye.